Alright, so in this video I want to talk a little bit about the plan cache. I don't want to discuss the architecture, but I want to talk about what we can do to look inside the plan cache to see what's going on and to see if we have a lot of single-use plans and what we can do to kind of ameliorate that. So what can we do? What do we get when we look inside the plan cache? So plans that were used only once. Well, maybe I guess I should. Every time you execute a query in SQL Server, a plan is generated for that query, and these plans are stored in the plan cache. So I guess I should have maybe given you kind of a brief definition before we delved into it. So, all right, back to things we can get by looking inside the plan cache. So we can tell plans that were used only once. And this is bad because, well, they were used only once. And it also gives us plans that have tuning opportunities. And we won't discuss that in this video, but we'll talk about that in later videos. What we can do to identify these, the abundance of these single-use plans and kind of how to tune them. So it can tell us plans that are similar, and we look inside to see which objects are still good. All right, that's fine. That kind of gives us a bullet point of what we can see inside the plan cache. So what's the problem? Well, what are we looking for? Well, we're looking for a lot of these single-use plans filling up your cache. And it has a name, and it's called plan cache bloat. All right, so a lot of these plans filling up the cache is bad because it has less space for other plans. And we often see degraded performance, and we'll often see a huge spike in CPU consumption. So let's take a look at the plan cache from a highly transactional system. This is a third-party, an ISV application running on a pretty big box. So what jumps out at us right away? Well, we can see that the ad hoc, right, the single-use plans are at number one. And that's the first bad sign. So, I mean, look at all those plans. You can see the second one. It's pretty incredible. So the second bad sign is we can see the total megs and the total megs for the count, right? And it's a little bit more than the combining all the other plans. As a matter of fact, it's exponentially greater. All right, and then the third bad sign is just the total plans. All right, we can see that these are astronomical. So when we see this, what can we do? All right, what do we actually have an easy button in SQL Server. All right, so let's go take a look. Let's escape out of here and go take a look at the easy button. So if we also have a query, let's take a look at the query first. I just wanted to show you this so you can look inside. This kind of gives us the information of what's going on inside your plan cache, and we do that by looking at sysdm exec cache plans, right? Again, that's a pretty well named DMV. So here on this box, this is my laptop, and with the AdventureWorks, there's not a lot going on, so you really can't get a good indication of a real world scenario with running this on a laptop. But as we saw in our presentation prior, on boxes that are real world boxes, especially ISVs, you're probably going to see a lot of ad hoc plans. So what can we do? Well, like I said earlier, we have an easy button. We right click, properties, and we come down to advanced, and here it is. Optimize loads, or optimize for ad hoc workloads, is set to false. So what we do is set that to true, and there is not a lot of downside to this one. So if we run this query over here, right, and we see what we saw in our slideshow presentation of the ad hoc queries that are a single plan usage is through the roof, we come down there and bang, that gives us a little help for these single plan usage. And what it does, it creates a, instead of bloating the plan cache with the actual plan, it creates a stub. And a stub is kind of like shorthand, all right, for plans. So it reduces this bloat for all these stubs help reduce the bloat by creating this shorthand instead of having the entire plan in the cache. All right, pretty straightforward. This is one of those easy tuning switches that just about every machine should have, because just about every machine I've seen in production for a long time has plan cache bloat. All right, thanks so much for watching.